The Dallas Cowboys pulled the trigger on another big time trade, and a lot of people was hating on him. And he goes by the name of Quinnen Williams. And I am talking about one of the best double team defensive tackles in the league. So let's talk about it. So the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones pulled the trigger not only on linebacker Logan Wilson, but as well as defensive tackle Quinnen Williams for a 2027 first round pick and a 2026 second round pick and defensive tackle Mozzie Smith. Now, I've been preaching and I've been wanting Mozzie Smith up out of Dallas because ever since the Dallas Cowboys front office had faith in this man jumping 3-4 stairs up and down stairs and looking powerful and lifting a lot of weight, he had no significant impact in the defensive tackle room at all. So with this being said, guys, I definitely think that this trade with the New York Jets creates a lot of openings for the secondary, for the linebackers, because let's start here. When you have a good defensive tackle, does that not help the linebacking core? It does. When you have a great defensive tackle, does that not help the secondary? It does. Because if you have this type of beef in the middle of this line to distract these offensive linemen to know, hey, we got to double team this man. He cold. We got to double team him. That leaves and gives the opportunity for our edge rushers to be able to rush the passer. And I mean relentlessly, without no remorse. Because when Michael Parsons was here in Dallas, he made defensive tackles look great. So it's vice versa. On that offensive line, But in that defensive line, it's vice versa. The edge rusher is great, causing the defensive tackle and an interior defensive tackle to be great. If the defensive tackle and the interior defensive tackle is playing great, it allows the edge rushers to play great. If you have a better defensive tackle that can stuff the middle, that creates more eyes and more space for the linebackers. And if it creates more eyes and more space for the linebackers, it creates more eyes and more space for the secondary room. So with this being said, guys, I definitely think we as an organization and we as a fan base, let's take our small wins. We're not having a great season. Let's take our small wins. We can talk about our cap space here in a little bit. How we going to pay George Pickens? Because that's coming up too. Because I just seen an article about the Dallas Cowboys and their 2026 projected cap space. And I believe the Dallas Cowboys are projected to be over cap space in 2026. So therefore, somebody's going to have to take a reconstruction on their contract or somebody's going to have to get tagged. And I'm thinking we're tagging Pickens. So I definitely think the impact of adding Quinnen Williams to this defensive line room is impeccable. I'm not saying this guy's about to come in there and get 30 sacks. I'm not saying this guy's about to come in there and pressure every down. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is it's going to have a trickle-down effect over the next few weeks of once he gets in there, he gets acclimated and he gets a relationship and a rapport with this defensive line. This defense will start to gel eventually. Now, don't get me wrong. It may not be this year. It may be to the point where we setting this up for next season, where they can go through camp, go to Cabo, go on their little vacation, because the Eagles is soaring right now. They soaring, and I ain't hating on it, man. Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all in the first of the division, and it's gonna be hard for us to catch you. We probably not gonna catch you with the strength of our schedule. But I needed somebody in here today to be able to say, hey, I got you guys. Jerry said, I got you. I'm not all the way out of it. I do be saying some stupid things. I do be saying some crazy things on these media outlets. But I got you guys. I'm still watching because for the simple fact, he went out and got a guy, a big name guy. It wasn't no Max Crosby. It wasn't no big time edge rusher. It wasn't no big, super big time names. But this guy's a big name. He's graded second in double teams for the last like 2 years. And don't get me wrong, he declined. He declined over the past few years. That's because look where he was at. He was on the Jets team that couldn't figure it out for the past 4 or 5 years. They could not figure things out in New York. So they decided to trade away him and use all that draft capital to be able to go get them a quarterback, is what I'm hearing. So we got to be able to utilize him. Matt Eberflus, he has a relationship with Aaron White-Cotton. Aaron White-Cotton was in New York when he was in New York. So therefore, it shows you something. It tells you something. But are these men, these defensive linemen men, ready? Because that's where we lack. We could talk about everything else about the Dallas Cowboys, but one place that the Dallas Cowboys really, really lack is rushing the passer and getting the passer to get rid of the ball a little bit more quicker. So our defensive back room won't have to follow a play around and backpedal for 20 seconds because the quarterback is creating space and creating extra time and going out the pocket and throwing dots. So it starts up front. It starts with the defensive line, and this is the first move. Quinnen Williams knows how to move he knows how to move a guy. He knows how to use his hands, get off a block. He knows how to engage into a double team and somehow break that double team. This guy's sitting at 305 pounds. Now, I'm not going to 100% sure say this, but I'm going to tell you this. I know for a fact we ain't got that much beef in there. Osa's pretty dang big. Kenny's pretty dang big. Jay Toyer's pretty dang big, but 305, we ain't got that. We ain't never had that in Dallas. When the last time you've seen a 305-pound interior defensive lineman with the impact that Quinnen Williams has in Dallas? You let me know in the comments because I have never seen it. Now, I'm not saying I'm not boosting this guy up. I'm not boosting this guy up. I am telling you that he can make a difference in Dallas with what we're experiencing. The troubles that we are experiencing, he can make a difference today. He'll be able to you can literally just put him there. And teams are going to have to figure out how we're going to block them. They got 2 new faces. Linebacker Logan Wilson, and you got a new defensive tackle that's pretty dang good. Now we got to change our whole game plan against the Dallas Cowboys. I know for a fact teams are saying, I ain't never went up against Dallas and I'm talking about a good interior defensive line, not edges. We've been pretty good at the edge for the past 10 years. We've been pretty going back and forth with the edge. DeMarcus Ware, Michael Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, we've been great at the edge. But where is the interior? Those 2 guys in the middle. If you're playing a 4-3. Where is that at? And Jerry is finally investing into that. We will talk about the cap space later because I'm going to tell you now that is going to come to a conversation really, really fast coming into next year. So we got to figure these things out. And if we don't, oh yeah, somebody getting tagged. Quinnen, we got to eat some cap space with him. I'm not opposed to it, but hey, I need you to hold up to your end of the deal. If you coming over here, let's play football. Let's hang your hat on the hook, and let's go play football. You act like you seem like a guy that knows how to work, and I better see it because this defense is horrible. I mean horrible, and it starts with you up front, creating pressure, gaining all the attention, and allowing the other defensive linemen to do their thing because that's what you're there for. If you want me to be honest, and Jerry Jones knows that. He's going to get his. He's going to get his tackles. He's going to get his sacks. He's going to be able to get through there, depending on the offensive lineman that he's facing. But I definitely think that starting today, when you've been in Dallas, it's time to get going, man. It's time to get going. And I'm not saying we're about to go on a winning season, the rest of this season. But what I'm saying is Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson was a great move by the Dallas Cowboys front office for not only now, but for the future. We have to think about that, guys. I'm going to reiterate that. Now, I will leave you with this last saying. When was the Dallas Cowboys ever going to receive a great interior defensive lineman? I haven't seen it until yesterday, the trade deadline. I haven't seen it. Now that we have a guy, everybody wants to hate. Everybody wants to grade our trade a F. We're giving away all these picks. We're trading away Michael Parsons for a guy like Quinnen Williams, basically. I don't want to hear it. I got a way of getting my players, and you got a way of getting your players. It may not be the same, but we all gonna get to the same destination by making our team better. So no matter when I do it, no matter how I do it, I'm getting it done. It may not be the best and most efficient way, but I'm getting it done. And that's how Jerry is thinking. So if you're a Cowboys fan, man, put it in the comments, DC4L. And don't forget, guys, hit that like button and subscribe button, because we got content coming at you daily. Because this trade right here, I like it. Don't let no analyst or reporter, I don't care what they saying on TV. This trade is great for Dallas. You got a guy like Michael Parsons and his attitude and his podcast abilities, talking about his players when he was in Dallas in 2023. Did we forget about that? Now he doesn't do it at all. And then we get a guy like Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark. We've never had that in Dallas. We've always had edge rushers. Always remember that. DeMarcus Ware, DeMarcus Lawrence, Michael Parsons. I can't name an interior defensive lineman big time that I know of that's like, oh, yeah, bro, he was always a problem. No, we can't do that. Now we can. If he comes in there and gives me the production that I need for my eyes and my satisfaction, that's that guy. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button and subscribe button. Until next time, we outro.